Welcome back to the Construction Economy Brief. I'm Michael Guckes, Chief Economist at ConstructConnect. Let me tell you about the top 3 things our team is monitoring this month. First, I'm pleased to share that ConstructConnect's latest starts forecast is now available on our Economic Resources website. Last year, if you will recall, the United States saw a contraction of 3.5%, but this year we're expecting a much better result. We're expecting 5.2% growth this year across the board. And one of the themes is going to be about rebounding subcategories and primary verticals. In fact, we expect to see industrials lead this year with 13% growth, followed by residential, warehouses, retail, and nursing homes. If you're one of our Canadian viewers, unfortunately, last year was the year for you. We saw 6.6% growth in Canada last year, but we're forecasting a 2.9% contraction now. The second point I want to talk about this month has to do with tariffs. There's been an overwhelming amount of attention given to tariffs in recent weeks. All of our clients are asking us about the impact that steel and aluminum tariffs will have on construction and prices. We can look back at mid-2018 through mid-2019. That was the first time that President Trump put 25% tariffs on metals coming from Mexico and Canada. During that time, those 25% tariffs caused an abrupt rise in metal prices. We saw metal prices increase between 15 and 23%, depending on the type of metal that was being used. The impact to overall construction costs was that we saw construction projects overall rise in cost by about 5.5% at its peak. That happened to occur with about a 1-year lag behind when the actual tariffs went into effect. However, the domestic production of aluminum and metals did respond to those tariffs. We saw domestic production increase, and that did ultimately cause prices to fall. In fact, prices began falling in late 2019, and they would do so all the way until COVID in early 2020. We saw at the end of all of this that metal prices were actually cheaper in late 2019 than they were right before the tariffs were initiated. Lastly, I just want to give an update on construction financing because commercial real estate lending remains out of favor with many major banks. Lending growth fell below 1% year on year for the first time since the Great Recession. Lending to the industry remains fixed, therefore, at around $3 trillion, a level that it's been at for the last year. We are hopeful that the relaxation of government regulations will once again allow lending growth to resume. But in the meantime, we do encourage our viewers to look at private capital and other alternative funding mechanisms in order to build your next commercial real estate project. That's the blueprint for now. If you want to learn more about the latest industry insights, visit constructconnect.com/economic-resources. And while there, you can also visit our news page for the latest industry insights and information. And of course, you can always follow me on LinkedIn. So stay sharp and keep building.